All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Brad and Kyle channel. In this video, we're gonna be discussing the release and how, in particular, the really good bowlers release the ball versus the amateurs. Now, Daniel, the last video we filmed, we focused a little bit more on the top of the swing and the position of the hand and how that could be used into creating some leverage. Well, now we're gonna be talking about what happens at the actual foul line. And there's a big difference between the really good bowlers and the bowlers that are becoming really good. What would you say that difference is?
All right, guys, we have teamed up with the Golden Nugget Online Casino to bring you guys a great deal. So Golden Nugget Online Casino has all your casino favorites right on your phone with over 300 real live games, including blackjack, slots, roulette, and live dealer. And right now, all new customers that sign up and use promo code Brad and Kyle and make a minimum $7 deposit will get $77 in casino site credits. And one of the best things about the app is you can do it anytime, anywhere. So if you're doing dishes, doing laundry, working out, or drilling bowling balls, in our case, you can just hop on the app, play some games. So go download the Golden Nugget Casino app right now. Use promo code Brad and Kyle. Put a minimum $7 deposit in and get your $77 in casino site credits. Site is safe, secure, and reliable. And remember, make any moment golden with the online Golden Nugget Casino app. Back to the video.
The difference in general is being able to stay behind the ball. That's something that everybody's talking about. At the release point, you want your hand to be behind the ball. You want the thumb to let go of the ball, and then your fingers go around it. For most of us amateurs, we end up turning the thumb and the wrist and the hand around the ball way too early. Part of what happens is that in all of the training that I've done with so many bowlers, one of the things that I identify the most is that just about everybody wants to work on their release and make their release stronger, but they're talking about the moment the release happens, and they're talking about feeling it from the forearm, the wrist, and the hand. By the time you get to the point where you release the ball and you let it go, it's way too late.
Yes.
First of all, the release of a bowling ball happens in about 0.15, 0.2 of a second.
Very quick.
So it's almost impossible to work on that area.
And it's very hard to feel yourself as well.
Right. You know, I've seen so many of my students that come to see me and we work on the release and they go, like that, coach? And I'm thinking, no, not like that. You did the same thing.
I've done that so
And
many
if you
times.
film yourself all the time, you know what I'm talking about. You feel something, you go do it, you think it's different, you watch the video, it's not.
Yeah, when you make small changes in your game, it's hard to feel. In order to make like real changes, you gotta be pretty uncomfortable. Like it's gonna feel pretty awkward.
And the important part about that feel that you're describing is that you, as a bowler that is in training, you have to teach your brain what part of your body to focus on and where. If you're trying to work on your release and you're trying to feel and focus on the moment when you let go of the ball, you're likely already too late.
Yeah, so what do you got?
We are going to teach you a drill that you can do at home that you've never done, by the way. So this is fresh to
I know,
you
this
on
is
camera.
cool.
It's a drill that you can do at home so that you can teach your brain what to hone into, what to focus on. Then you can take that feel to your training at the bowling center. So we have a very professional coaching tool. It's a stick.
It's a stick.
Yep. If you guys can see it, all it is I literally cut
I have no idea
plastic hanger.
what you're gonna do with that.
Yep. Do me a favor.
Okay.
You're gonna assume your release position, left foot forward, right foot back. Nah, give me the ball, we don't need it. And now do your stance with your hand, like when you hold the ball.
All right, hold it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, sorry, with your feet open.
Okay.
There we go. Now make a fist. All the way. We're gonna put that stick right in there. So here's what you wanna do. Hold it like that. You wanna have the stick sticking out all the way to the right, because Brad is right-handed. None of the stick on the inside of the hand. And I want you to go ahead and very slowly take a swing. Very slowly. Now,
Wow.
here is the trick. If you can see it, Brad, because he's a pro bowler, the tip of the stick is upwards. For most amateur bowlers, the tip of the stick is downwards. If your hand has now taken the equator of the ball, if you imagine a circumference right here, if you've already taken the equator of the ball to point in a downward position, you are way too late. You're not going to be able to fix the release. Nobody can go from this position back to this position during the swing.
No.
So what you want to do is take this at home. Let's go back here. Back over here. keep it horizontal. And what I want you to do is grab a stick and go stand in front of a mirror. Hopefully you have a full body mirror and you can use that to watch the tip of the stick. So you keep your head forward and take your swing real slow. Point it up, and now bring it down, pointing a little up.
Up.
Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. And right at this moment when you're about to let go of the ball, that's when the stick corrects.
Yes.
Now,
kind of has to, doesn't it?
yep. If we go back here, one of the things that you'll feel is right here in between your bicep and your tricep.
Yep.
That's where you want to focus. That's why this drill is so good in front of a mirror so you can feel it at home. And then when you come down,
Yeah.
you feel it right there, right?
Yes, I do.
So now your brain can focus on what you need to focus instead of down here, which is too late. Then, at the point of release, what you want to do is close it and leave it horizontal to the foul line and to the ceiling. Never turn it towards the head pin.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And that's it. Well, I've literally never had, because I've never focused on like this section of my arm, right? Especially on the way down, because you want this to be connected, you know, similar to golf. You don't want anything out. But when you focus on this and this kind of being out, it just comes back connected to your body without your shoulder getting in front of
or
it.
rotating it
Yes.
too early.
It just locks in.
Yep. And this helps you visualize and feel at home what you're looking for. That happens before you release, way before you release. If you remember the last video we did about the weightlessness of the ball,
Yes.
and the position of the wrist in relation to the ball, right? So that weightless moment from the last video is the exact moment where this tip of the stick goes up a little bit. Try it again. Right at this moment when the stick is weightless, now you want to avoid having the stick going all the way north.
Yeah, no,
'Cause,
you're
yeah.
too open.
So it's just a little above the horizontal with your wrist over the ball, and now you'll have the perfect position to then really work on your release. Get your hand behind the ball so that your thumb can exit, and only until your thumb exits, or at least until your thumb lets go of the grip pressure, then you can rotate your fingers all the way around.
That's crazy, because we talk about thumb downing it, like when we throw a bad shot.
Correct.
You thumb down it. I feel like that's exactly what's happening. Is this rotates, thumb goes down before it actually gets to the release. So
Right.
then the thumb and the fingers have to come out at the same time almost.
And that's what we call a knuckleball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna throw a shot. I want to throw a shot with the bad release of me getting around it, and I want to see just.
Yeah, when you get
if
to the
there's
top of the
bad
ball,
motion.
just get to the outside, and
Keep it there.
you won't be able to correct it.
So I'm gonna get my hand around it the whole way through. There's no roll at all.
That was perfectly bad for what we're looking for this video.
Like I couldn't, like my angles are obviously too open, but even if I squared up to it and played like this,
Yep.
I know the ball's not rolling.
This is what's amazing about these bowlers. Brad had to try to make this happen. One of the reasons why we didn't use Kyle on this video is because he couldn't do it. He got to the outside of the ball at the top of the
He's
swing.
right
and
back
just
strong.
Corrected it. Back to the strong position. So, and it was really funny because he goes, literally what I said earlier, like that? I'm like, no, that wasn't it. So Brad was able to emulate what happens to most of us amateur bowlers. You get to the top of the swing, your hand goes a little to the outside of the ball, and you're toast. You can't fix your release from that position. Just to make sure we got it right. Go in front of the mirror, grab a stick. Left foot forward, right foot back, reverse for left-handers. Make a fist, like if you're holding a bowling ball, and hold the stick horizontal to the ground. Then simply slow motion it. Watch that stick be horizontal to the ground on the mirror. Bring it back down. You'll notice that in order to hold the stick parallel to the ground, the effort, your brain will focus right in between your bicep and your tricep. And you can then take that point of focus, let's call it, to the lanes, practice your release. You'll notice you'll get behind the ball better, behind the ball easier. Your rev rate will go up. Magic. And you will have a much better read on the bowling ball because you will have more roll, less axis tilt. It's going to read sooner, stronger, and go through the pins way better.
This is kind of funny because anytime I'm struggling, it's almost because my ball's not reading the lane enough. It's going to, and I'm always shoulder forward, thumb down, and then I'm like, okay, I need to get the ball to read. I haven't thought about this before, but I definitely think like trying to get more behind it, and then when I actually do, like you said, thumb comes out, fingers hit it, and you can almost throw it a little too hard, and it's actually gonna roll up. And it doesn't make much sense because you're getting more behind it, but it's just generating the right kind of roll. to create hook.
Correct. And most of the time when we try to go after it, what we call going after it, like, you know, getting a little bit more out of it, when you see other players with more power than you, for example, are booming the lane, hooking it a lot, and they're having success, so you're going to try to do it. Then when we try to go after the ball, we end up creating a little extra tilt, and that causes the ball to what we call squirt.
Yes.
And now it just goes way too long for the speed given, and it doesn't want to recover.
Yeah, and then you could try a little bit harder to get it to hook, and then it's gonna flutter even more.
Right.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna throw one last shot before we end this video, and I'm gonna
Is
get
this
my
a good
hand
one?
behind it. What?
You're going to throw a good shot this time?
I hope so.
All right.
I mean, I can't guarantee. All right, so I'm actually gonna focus on that feel that we did with that stick. Go up. I'm actually thinking of the direction of the stick.
That was magic.
Like I could have followed through hard. I could have thrown it too hard. It still would have been okay.
And be honest, on that shot, you thought you missed right.
Oh yeah.
You
With a weak ball.
I saw your head pop up like I missed right,
And then
the ball
boom.
just recovered a bunch.
Yes.
So just to show you one more time, this time hold the ball and assume that same position. And all we're talking about is maintaining control of the equator of the ball.
Yes.
So if you see the stick is just following the equator of the ball, just like the equator of the earth. And as the ball goes back, the stick wants to stay horizontal to the ground and horizontal to the ground all the way through until the very last moment when your thumb releases the pressure.
And if through the swing, if your hand's doing this stuff, or one, it goes back and it's here and then here and then. I've seen some decent bowlers have some movement, but it doesn't mean it can't be cleaned up. Like you're saying, you want to control the equator of the ball. The more control you have of it throughout the whole swing, the more control you're going to have of the bowling ball.
And think of the added benefit. There's a secondary benefit, a byproduct to it that is very good. If you're maintaining the equator of the ball through your swing, very clean and immobile, you're also moving your hand less. And lateral movement in bowling, for the most part, is a bit of our enemy.
Yeah, it causes some inconsistencies.
It causes some inconsistencies. I really hope that this video helps you. I hope it shows you what we do inside the membership,
Yes.
because that's another spot where you can really get some help with your game.
Yes. All right, guys, so thanks for watching that video, and as always, some great tips from Daniel Puerto, and he is our coach in our Brad and Kyle membership. So if you're out there looking for coaching, we got you. We have a great platform. All you have to do is hit that link in the description or DM us. We'll answer any questions you have. I hope this drill really helps you guys, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you.